Oh, chemistry was crazy from the get-go. Neither one of us knew why. We didn't build nothing overnight, cause a love like this takes some time. People swore it off as a phase, said we can't see that. Now from top to bottom, they see that we did that. Yeah, it's so true that we've been through it. Yeah, we got real see, baby, we've been too strong for too long. And I can't be without you, baby. And I'll be waiting up until you get home. Cause I can't sleep without you, baby. Anybody who's ever loved you know just what I feel. Too hard to fake it, nothing can replace it. Call the radio if you just can't be without you, baby. Yeah. I got a question for you. See, I already know the answer. Still, I want.
Subscribe to Passionate Lisa and hit the like button. If you like what I do on the mic, subscribe to Passionate Lisa. Subscribe to Passionate Lisa and hit the like button. If you like what I do on the mic, subscribe to Passionate Lisa and hit the like button.
I gotta stay focused. The path that I'm taking is illuminated with the wisdom of my ancestors, guarded by angelic beings, and they are making sure that I stay the course, stay in line. I choose this lifetime through this series of challenges to help me understand my highest calling, bringing forth healing for the collective. Look at me with new eyes, because actually, I have lost my mind. I have lost the fears, the insecurities, and the limitations projected onto me. This new understanding, enlightenment of who I am, where I was, and where I'm going is clear.
On behalf of the Ashley Janae Baby Loss Charity, we would like to bring awareness to autism. April is Autism Awareness Month. Hey, my Passion Gang, what it do, boo-boos? And happy Saturday, y'all. I'm telling you, the days are flying by. They really are. It's like, boom, another week down, another week gone. So, y'all, it took me a minute to get over here because we were all over there. We were at Dr. A's house, sitting on her front porch, okay? We were over there. And I said I was coming live, but it took me a minute. Why? Because I'm an old doll, okay? Most old dolls, we got to take our medicine. I got to do my eye drops. I got to take my insulin. I got to get things together before I could just get ready for bed and stuff. I have to get my nighttime stuff together, all right? So it took me a little minute. But y'all know, I'm in an okay mood. And y'all know when I'm in an okay mood, I like to sing my song. And I promise y'all, maybe soon I'll have another song in my heart and want to share it. But for right now, this is just stuck. It's here. You know, I get emotional. I feel it deep down in my soul. And it goes a little something like this. It's hard out here for a pimp. Oh, I feel it in my soul. And when you're trying to get the money for the rent, when a Cadillac rent money spent, you have a whole lot of bitches jumping shit.
Damn, girl. Oh, shit.
Y'all know I had to sing my song. It's hard out here for a pimp. Woo! When you're trying to get the money for the rent, You know, that's how I like motivate myself to keep grinding, you know, because it's hard out here. It's hard out here in these streets, okay? And it's a lot going on in these YouTube streets. And y'all, I've been thinking about this song all the time now since I found it. I gotta share this one too.
What do you want from me? And a glass of pride to your lies too. Baby, you're coming like ooh. And I'm in the frog on mine. So you can put me together in the broke thing against us. Baby, you're coming like ooh. Ooh. Just you can love me.
Oh, they're so adorable. Y'all, they remind me of my grandsons when they were like little. And I thought my little people was going to be with me tonight, but I'm going to have to go to their house and see what they're doing because I'm missing my grandbabies right now. I sure am, y'all. Let me see. So I tried to, okay. Y'all remember the other night. Hi, Lynn. Y'all remember the other night we were talking about the girl with the 2011 kids that's staying in the hotel room? Well, I wanted y'all to see some of the videos. So what I'm having to do is upload them to my page. Aren't they, baby, when they sing that song and they go, woo! I'll be like, oh my God, it's so cute. They remind me of my grandbabies, y'all. I'm missing my grandbabies. So I'm trying to upload videos to try to get it where y'all can see. It's not letting me do it. Let me upload one video and that's it. But I'm like one of them pastors that be like, I'm not gonna be before you long, congregation. And then they stay 11 hours. Hey, Darla, hanging tonight. Darla is hanging. What did you mean you got to give the horse a breathing treatment? You know, that just kind of took me by surprise. I was like, what? A horse? The horse got to get a breathing treatment? What in the world? The horse must be really, really sick, Darla. What happened to the horse? And y'all know around here right now, it's all things trail ride is what's going down. That's what's going down over here. So I made her the other night. And oh, this one is Lynn inspired. Okay. This is Lynn inspired. And before I get into it, so today, actually right now, Bath and Body Works is having a sale. And so far, I don't see a barcode on it. So you should, if you have a 25% off coupon, you should be able to use it with this sale because so far I'm not seeing a barcode. And y'all know what I say, go for the expensive stuff, y'all. Go for the expensive stuff. Thought I would throw that in there. And I will try to do a Bath and Body Works video tomorrow, okay? And isn't today the day they want, we're not supposed to go march or do anything today? All the Black peoples, you're not supposed to go do nothing today. You're not supposed to go march. Let me see. Oh, it's like a nebulizer because I have a nebulizer. Hi, Oshun. How you doing? So this is how we're supposed to be right now.
Right now, we have some big news right now. We have some terrible breaking news coming. We have some really big news tonight. And we have another terrible breaking news up. We have some scary news. We have some big news right now. Donald Trump has officially revoked. Right now, we have some big news right now. We have some terrible breaking news coming. We have some really big news tonight. And we have another terrible breaking news up. We have some scary news. We have some big news right now. Donald Trump has officially revoked.
Okay, so there are several things that have been on my mind that I wanted to talk about, and I don't know if we're gonna get to them all. Okay, so one thing, some of y'all do a lot of true crime, and I usually shy away from true crime because it bothers my PTSD. But there's a couple cases like in my area right now that are really big news. So I kind of wanted to talk to you guys about them. So I want to talk about those two things. And if y'all want to talk about anything with the mommies, that's fine too. I'll drop my link if y'all want to do that. But I feel like y'all been everywhere talking about them. But if y'all want to, you know, it's open. It's whatever y'all want to do. So I'm going to drop my link just in case y'all want to do that. But once I go into my YouTube, I will not be able to see you if you're backstage. So you will have to, in the chat, tell me to go look. So one of the cases, if you guys have heard of the Green Beret that was unalived by his wife, well, last week they arrested her. So that happened right here in Vietnam. And y'all, I really wasn't paying it a lot of attention when they were looking for him, searching for him. And then when they found a torso. And it took a month for them to figure out who it really was. And so last week they arrested the wife, and he was cheating. And the day that he disappeared, he had met with a divorce lawyer. And like y'all, big cases are always happening in Vietnam. We always get caught up in some big stuff, probably because we have the largest army base here. So a lot of stuff goes down. Yeah, I found someone talking about that case, and another case like an hour away from me is the one where the mom couldn't wait for her son to come home from the gated community, and he got home, and 6 days later, he was only home for 6 days, and he unalived her and his 15-year-old brother. The other thing, I don't know if y'all ready, I want to talk about a cuddle cot, and that has to do with baby loss. And the other thing, if we get time, hi, Alexandria. She said the late night gang, late night, early mornings is Peach McIntyre and why I think she should have bought a mobile home. So allegedly, Peach was able to rent a home, and y'all know she was talking about putting up $65K, and she was talking about so what happened was she advertised she gave a shout out to the realtor. Okay, I'm trying this too, y'all, while I'm switching over to see if I can make this work. So she gave the realtor, allegedly, they're saying she paid for it for a year. And I'm sorry, I just don't see the point in putting that money into somebody else. The first time I heard it called Vietnam, baby. Yes, it is Vietnam, baby, for a reason. For a reason. Yeah, it's a lot of crime stories here. We have the Shania Davis. We have the McDonald unaliving. You know, the guy that was the doctor on base, and he said the hippies came in and unalived his family. That's one of the big one. It's so many. Like out of Vietnam, Fort Bragg has come some big cases, you know. And it's Vietnam is a small town, but Fort Bragg, well, formerly known as Fort Bragg, now Fort Liberty. Yes, the Jeffrey McDonald case. And I think I was born somewhere during that time when that happened. I don't know if my mom was pregnant with me or she had me during that time. And he kept saying that the hippies came on the base. And that's one of the reasons why they closed off the base. I wouldn't dare do that. She could have gotten land. Oh, with Peach, yeah, she should have got land. I wouldn't have done it. And even if she had got the mobile home and put it in a park, because, you know, some of the parks have swimming pools, gated communities, all of that. So I just think it wasn't wise. Yes, single wide would not have had a lot of room, but she was going to go to a hotel and not had a lot of room. And it's a lot of people making homesteads starting with a single wide. It's a start. And you own it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to see if it'll play.
You can earn points on fuel and other everyday items, like your morning coffee.
So this was just one that I saw, and I was like, let me just play this video before, while it's on my mind. I
had my husband take a photo for me.
Yeah, I think somebody would have worked with her credit. You know, people's like, oh, the credit this, the credit that. Somebody would have worked with her credit, y'all. Especially if you had 65. This keeps popping up first. But I want to do the mobile home first because it's faster. Yep, I think she should have. I've seen, oh God, 10 or more people living in a mobile home, y'all. I've seen it. Trust me, I've seen it. So this is just a possibility of what could have happened.
Here touring this single wide mobile home. This is called the Vertex at 1,001 square feet. So let's just say 1,000 square feet. This is 3-bedroom, 2-bath. We do have children with us today.
Yeah, she waited to the last minute. And so, yes, this is a 3-bedroom. I'm just showing you guys what you could get for $65K. And this is brand new. So if she would have got maybe a something a little bit, because they can get repossessed. So maybe one that was repossessed, or like right now it's 2025. If she could have found a 2024, they probably would have negotiated with her because they need to get rid of it. You know, it's like cars, you know, with the different years of the mobile home. So I really feel like that's what they said. She said out of her mouth she had $65K to do whatever it was she needed to do, and she was going to pay rent for a year. And I get it. A single wide would be uncomfortable, but to say I haven't seen people do it, I've seen people do it. I mean, she was in a 3-bedroom over there at the other place, and I've seen people do it with a lot of children. Okay, your friend started with a mobile home, yeah, and then built, and she could have put it on her own land, and then you could have made it work a whole lot of ways. You know, you could have built outside stuff and made a shed. Most people have sheds where they keep stuff that they're not using in the house right away. I just feel like this is the option. So that's why I'm showing it.
But I promise you will not hear them.
So what I might do is feed him a...
This home has a very nice vinyl siding. This color is called Flint. You ready? Let's all go inside this home and check it out.
Okay, so we're going to mute him and we're going to look at this. Yeah, I think too, a lot of people don't know a lot about a mobile home. And so, you know, they're thinking in some type of way, you know. I'm just thinking about something that's your own. And when if you buy it brand new, and this is a smaller one, they make bigger ones. So don't be, you know, put off of, and this is plain. This is actually very plain, because y'all know I show them to you all the time, and this is plain. But they always say a vent in the ceiling is better than vents in the floor. But I'm telling you, somebody would have worked with her, because a lot of people said she wasn't going to be able to get this rental. I'm like this. What's for you is for you. You know what I'm saying? What's meant for you is for you. And it's not necessarily a God thing, because even people that worship the devil, okay, there's laws and principles that apply to them. And I'm multitasking, y'all. I'm taking my insulin. And this is the only one I take, y'all. Girl, she's from Florida. She knows about mobile home. Well, she act like she don't, girl. She could have bought something. That's all I'm saying. Like, because you could still tick off that landlord, and they could still evict her with some of her shenanigans that she does. So, but this is super plain, but, you know, brand new. I'll take a brand new mobile home over a used whatever any day. And like I said, she could have negotiated a whole lot of stuff, y'all. But this is a plain one. But I think this is a good example. And no matter what she get, them kids gonna tear it up anyway. And look at the family. What's their names? AGI Elemental P Farms, the ones that built the homestead. They became debt free. And they bought a single wide, and they actually used one of the bedrooms as a school, which I don't know why they do that. But they're in a 3-bedroom. They redid it. They've paid off their debts. And those type of videos do really good on YouTube. So she would have made her money back. So this is just super, super plain. Just super plain. But I wanted us to see what could be done. And like I said, I did drop my link But if anybody clicks on it, you have to tell me in the chat because I won't see it. So, okay, this was that one. And now, and y'all, I don't know if it's going to let me play this video because of copyright. So, but if it just zaps and kicks me out, some of these, if it zaps and kicks me out, I'll just start another live. And so this, remember yesterday when we talked about the mom, what is she? Living in a hotel. She's 36 with 7 kids and one on the way living. Oh, 32. I see it now. I'm talking about 36. I'm aging the girl. Okay.
Good morning, besties. I am up on this beautiful Tuesday morning. So once again, I woke up late again.
So she's in a mad rush to get down there to the continental breakfast because she's staying in a hotel. And because y'all, we watched yesterday where she was feeding them noodles. She had 3 packs of noodles for 8 people. Okay.
I'm going down here to get breakfast for my babies. And just to inform y'all, yes, I was in a DV relationship. Yes, I was on housing before. And I got put out of my housing because of my DV relationship that I was in. I tried to take all the steps that I need to take to save my place. And they still put me out. It was real horrible. So now I am staying in a hotel, and this is not going to be my current location. This is going to be temporary. So for everybody in the comments, yes, I am pregnant with my 7th child. And instead of y'all worrying about what I'm feeding my kids are very healthy.
Wait, I know you ain't
just
got
for the
the
record,
nerve.
I am not even.
See, that's the thing. They be in these situations and be having the nerve to have an attitude. You guys are not Peach, and I don't know why y'all do that. Let me back this up, y'all.
About what I'm feeding my kids are very healthy. And just for the record, I am not even in that state no more.
Yes, we are worried about what you feed your kids because you just gave them 3 packs of noodles with no nutritional value. Okay. And I'm going to go back and I'm going to just shut up and let her talk.
I was in a DV relationship. Yes, I was on housing before. And I got put out of my housing because of my DV relationship that I was in. I tried to take all the steps that I need to take to save my place. And they still put me out. It was real horrible. So now I am staying in a hotel, and this is not going to be my current location. This is going to be temporary. So for everybody in the comments, yes, I am pregnant with my 7th child. And instead of y'all worrying about what I'm feeding my kids are very healthy. And just for the record.
But, well, we don't know that they're healthy, okay? Because you got a lot of stuff going on, ma'am. A lot of stuff going on. Alexandria, I think honestly that Peach is helping make some of this a thing. I don't want to put it all on her, but there's a certain kind of culture going on right now, especially since she teaches these classes and tells these young women everything is content. And then another reason why it's a thing is because we're allowing it. People are interested in it. They want to see it.
I am not even in that state no more. When I say I got out, I got out. I am currently getting help. I don't get food stamps right now. I don't get no type of assistance. I've been to shelters to help me out, and they are booked and full. So I am working on other things to do to go about this situation. One thing about me, I don't care what nobody say.
I'm surprised that the hotel don't just like just make them their own breakfast and just take it up to the room. I would do that rather than having her come down here and disrupt my hotel like that.
Y'all act like y'all crap don't stink sometimes, or y'all haven't been in a certain situation. But my situation is different. And when I leave here, baby, it's going to be the best move. It's going to be my best move. But they got massages again, so I'm going to feed my babies massages. I give them 2 apiece, just in case anybody want to know. For breakfast, 2 sachets apiece. Some biscuits. I do get waffles sometimes. They also have cereal again. But I'm sure they're tired of eating cereal. And for the record, I don't let my kids waste food, so that's why I feed them so little. And if they want more, they can always get more. My kids are healthy, like I said.
Why does she keep saying my kids are healthy? My kid, because you know they're not. You know they're not. She gave them some fruit out of something. It was not fresh fruit. It did not look good at all. You know they're not healthy. And if they're surviving, they are not thriving. And I think it was Lynn that said the other night, or I forgot who it was, but that this nutritional problem with them, this is an important time in their development for them not to be getting these nutrients. And she's like, I just give them so little. You're acknowledging that you're not giving them enough. How about give them more than what they need? And if they don't eat it, that's fine, but offer it to them.
Also, y'all, we can help for like constipation in a 2-year. I think my 2-year constipated. And I want to thank all my supporters who've been sticking with me through this journey. And y'all keep watching for more. I'm going to go down and get my kids some juice. I think I'm going to get them.
Right, Alexandra. She said, I'm not broadcasting my struggle. If I worked at the hotel, she would get on my. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would rather the person that's in charge of the breakfast bar, I would rather go ahead and take her something every morning than have her come down, disrupt my other guests. Let me tell you, when I was at the embassy for the trail ride gala, I saw women down there in their bonnets and their pajamas. And I'm like, we're at the embassy. You know what I'm saying? I just think it's tacky to just be going down there to the breakfast looking all kind of ways. Okay. You should not wear your bonnet and your pajamas down there to the continental breakfast. No.
I'm going to apple juice this morning because last night they had coffee and they did pretty good. Oh, I left the key downstairs. But I hope y'all have a wonderful day. Bye.
Yeah, they kill me with that. And then have the nerve to have attitudes. I want to delete this. So I am downloading something else. Yeah, she would really get on my nerves, darling. So do y'all want to do the... Okay, we're going to do Carlos' case first. Because I know that won't give me
a little fair that they took the time out to actually just...
Okay, so I'm going to pause this a lot so as to help with the copyright. Yeah, you don't know who you're going to run into down there. And honestly, we ran into Jeter Jones, the trail ride king, down there. Sorry.
I'm at the George Eliot Hospital.
We weren't looking our cutest because we had been out and suffering from lack of sleep. But come on, thing. Okay. So I'm uploading some stuff so we could see it because I couldn't get it to upload. But yeah, we ran into Big Moochie and Jeter Jones down there. So you don't know who you're gonna run into. So this case is in North Carolina too. And I don't know if y'all heard about this. So the woman couldn't wait for her son to get out of prison, which I call the gated community. So I call it the gated community or community college. So when you hear me saying that, I'm talking about the prisons, okay? And I'm going to stop it a lot because of copyrights.
Next door neighbor and cousin, Guanella Cornigi, saw police knock down the door and take...
All right, what's up with the YouTube fam? I'm back again with another video. And listen, before we move forward to the situation, I definitely want...
Can we just talk about how sexy he is? Okay, I had to let that out. But he young, though.
I'm going to start this off the correct way by saying RIP to these lovely people who lost their lives.
Maybe I'll say handsome, okay? You've been watching body cam videos. I watched those too.
Lives due to someone who just really is evil, man, you know? So I want to say RIP to them. I want to send my condolences.
And I learned, well, I already knew this, but he confirmed, you know, like when we were talking about Liv, and we're saying, yes, he's going to talk about this a lot, about mental illness. And for somebody to do this to their mom and their brother, yes, but there's evil too. And your mental illness doesn't give you the right to be disrespectful, hateful, or evil. Just because you have a mental illness doesn't give you the right to, it doesn't excuse it.
This to everybody out there that had a genuine love for them, and I see that they have a very, very strong church presence and love in the church. So I'm also sending y'all some love as well, because it seems like that they were both a prominent figure around there in their community. So listen, it's a young lady by the name of Dana Jenkins. Now, Dana Jenkins has been going viral on Facebook for the last day or two, right? So I'm wondering, like, damn, you know, I seen the status. It just basically was stating that she was happy that her son was home. She said, my baby's home and things like that, right? So I'll read some of the comments and people saying RIP and, you know what I'm saying, stuff like this. So I'm looking deeper into it. Come to find out, her son, who just got out of prison, took her life and his brother's life, which is Dana's son. The son's name who lost his life is Darren. Now, the boy who took both of their lives, his name is Deron Jenkins. Now, he just got out of jail for different things. And one of the things that I thought I heard one of the family members say was that he had did something to her, and it was one of the reasons why he went to jail. Now, don't quote me on that, but I'm gonna let y'all hear that in this video as well too, and y'all tell me what y'all get out of that.
Right, darling. And I feel like when you have a mental illness, you owe an obligation to society to get treatment, whatever it is for you. If it's therapy, if it's medicine, if it's even, you know, being with animals, that's a type of therapy too. Gardening is a type of therapy. You know, anything working with your hands is a form of therapy, but you owe it to society. Because that's how I feel about my PTSD. I feel like, because I know what happens when I'm not getting treatment. I know what happens when I'm not on medication. And I agree that like certain things you don't need medicine for, but trust me, my friends, my family, and the world want me to take my medication. Okay. Hey, Joel.
But, you know, I have various videos of the whole entire situation, so we're finna get into all of that. But I just want to say, man, with me just letting y'all know about their church presence, the love that they were receiving and things like that, a spirit like his just won't mix with a spirit like theirs. And that's ultimately one of the main reasons why he took their life. I know people are going to use all type of different stuff when it comes to mental health and stuff like that. But like I always tell y'all over here on my channel, you can have a mental health issue, but still know right from wrong. You see what I'm saying? You know what the hell not to do. And then on top of that, knowing that it's your mother and your little brother,
like what he
makes
said,
it 10 times worse.
Like what he said you can have a mental illness and it doesn't excuse what this boy has done. You used to be embarrassed. You see me, I ain't even got no shame in my game, because I'm like, look, these things, it's people with worse situations. It's people with no access to health care. And plus, like, my stuff was kind of very public, and I'm not going to tell everybody all my tea or where to go get my tea, but it's like, I guess too, I've been back in constant treatment for the last 9 years. So I feel like I'm at a point where I can, you know, give a testimony, but admit that this is a constant battle for me. Dealing with the PTSD is a constant battle, and certain times of the year will make it worse. Certain things will trigger it. That's why I'm like, I don't know about me covering too much true crime, because it doesn't go well with my PTSD.
Now, they say that she do, you know, have another child that's out here. And I just want to send my condolences out to you directly, send some love and healing energy.
So I think I heard that she has a daughter. So now the daughter has to pick up all these pieces. Her brother has unalived her mom and her baby brother. This little boy was only 15 years old, and I think the brother was 26 years old.
Boy, it's just sad and unfortunate that so many, you know, beautiful souls are being taken out by these evil people, man, you know. And I'm pretty sure with them being church going people and stuff, they will forgive him, which is understandable and commendable. I just hate the fact that they have to even go through something like this. She was living her life, minding her business, and here he go, getting out of jail. She taking them in with open arms, and you do something like this. She betray her. It just don't make no sense to me. And your brother too, man. Somebody who been probably loving on you since the beginning, waiting on you to come home, waiting to love on you and embrace you and things like that. And here you go. But at the end, I also got a powerful message from the church that they are associated with. And man, you know, I love the fact that they took the time out to actually, you know, make an online segment about her, just take that.
Yeah, so And this is in Wilson, so I think it's like an hour away from me.
Time just for her, even after, other things have happened in the midst of everything. One of the pastors that I did see, I commend him for being the way that he's been. Let's just get into the video. We're gonna talk about everything in the comment section. And yeah, man, it's just sad to see this stuff continuing to happen over and over and over. But let's get into the video.
Jenkins remains in jail tonight.
And this part I really don't want to play all the way through because it's the news.
With no bond charging his mother and 15-year-old brother. Police say the mother, identified as Dana Jenkins.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to stop it a lot.
And the juvenile were found inside a home on Snowden Drive Monday.
Yeah, CBS 17's Baron James joins us live outside that home. Baron.
Yeah, so that's not far from where I am. And I think I looked it up, and that it's an hour away. And she had a small home. If y'all look, that's the duplex. So only half of that building was her apartment. I'm wondering, like, did the neighbors not hear anything? Like, what happened?
You've learned Jenkins was on parole after being released from prison just last week.
Yeah, Angela and Liz, in fact, 1 week ago today.
And wait till y'all find out what he was in prison for. Just wait.
Today, his family tells me he got out of prison and came here to this house, this duplex, his mom's home, apartment A, where police found the suspect as well as the bodies of his mother and little brother.
He knew they was coming to get him.
Wilson police.
Yeah, y'all, it's crazy. To be honest, I think he shouldn't have been allowed to parole to this address.
Arrested and charged 25-year-old Dewan Dante Jenkins with 2 counts of first degree in his mom, 50-year-old Dana Vanessa Jenkins, and his little brother.
And y'all, I hope y'all subscribe to Carlos King. I love his channel.
15-year-old, their cousin, who also lives next door, Juanilla Carnegie, told me
I definitely feel like he's non-biased. Like, he's not going to give too much of his opinion when he's covering a story. But he's very respectful.
dreaded this day would come.
I'm hurt because I knew he was going to do something. You can just see he was so fidgety.
But y'all see how small these apartments are? So I'm like, the neighbors had to hear something.
He was so anxious. He could not stay still. He had that sneakiness about him. You know what I mean? Like a crazy person trying to get ready to do something like premeditation.
Police took Dewan Jenkins into custody here at his mom's duplex apartment on Snowden Drive Monday afternoon after officers found the 2 bodies inside. His cousin says they had been stepped sometime between 8:30 Sunday night, shortly after she says she last saw them alive, and 3 o'clock Monday morning, a couple hours before she saw the suspect standing on the front porch.
He's looking like he just got out of another one.
Yeah, I don't want it to play straight through. Because y'all know, y'all been on here before, and I show something that's got a copyright on it, they will shut it down, baby. They'll shut it down while you in the midstream.
Or he's getting ready to do something, or he had done something. Because the look on his face told me that he done something. Because his hand was cut out. Look, he had a bandage on his hand.
So they weren't really saying it, so obviously it was stabbing. And for me, that's personal.
He also says she became concerned about her loved ones because of the way the cousins' cars were parked.
I looked over to the side and I was like,
such a small area. The apartments are very close.
Why is her car turned this way? She never parks this.
So that was the first indication you thought something's not right.
I did.
This all happens.
Sad, y'all. This is so sad.
Six days, Carnegie told me, after Dewan Jenkins got out of prison.
He's just getting out of prison.
And that was connected to his attacking his mom?
Yeah, for beating his mom. She was a very sweet person. Anything she can do for you, she'll do it.
Did y'all hear that? Beating his mom. I feel like the sister, the only living family member, and y'all can tell me if I'm wrong, I feel like she has a case against the state that because her mom was the victim, whether she was grown or not, and it was her son, he should not have been allowed to parole to her address. You know what I'm saying? Because usually they don't let you have contact with your victim. I don't know, just me. Y'all let me know. It's just a thought.
And that spirit of generosity, of giving, her cousin said that actually spilled over to not only everybody else, but especially her 3 children, her teenage son, a daughter, and now her other son, who's charged with.
So they've been very private about the daughter, the survivor.
His mother and his little brother. Right now, Deron Jenkins is locked up in a Wilson County jail. No bond is set. We're live in Wilson. Darren James, CBS.
Man, it's sad, man.
And now at 5:30, a 25-year-old is accused of his mother, little brother in Wilson, days after being released from prison. Today, we learn more about the victims, identified as Dana Jenkins.
So had you guys heard of this case? Have you been hearing about either this case or the one with the Green Beret?
And her son, Darren.
Darren was just 15 years old, a student at Bettingfield High School. Deron Jenkins appeared in court for the first time today, charged with their murders. He remains in jail without bond. Today, crews in hazmat suits were seen coming in and out of the home where this all happened last night.
WRL's Carly Haynes joins us live outside the home.
Y'all, that is crazy.
On Snowden Drive, Carly, we spoke with neighbors about what they witnessed in the days before.
And neighbors didn't know Deron all that well because he had been in prison. Though they say when they saw him at home, he'd been acting oddly. Meanwhile,
and I'm thinking like maybe even though he was acting odd, maybe the mom probably thought, oh, he's just got to get acclimated back into society. And it seems like he had too much time in the gated community to think about what he wanted to do to his mom.
the victims' friends, families, and members of their church are devastated.
A church community processing loss.
Lord, you are the God who sees, feels, and hears us.
Through prayer.
Thank you for healing our hearts.
Bishop Sherman Blandon saw Dana Jenkins and
Yeah, Lynn, it is crazy. Absolutely.
her 15-year-old son, Darren, just days ago.
And you couldn't anticipate that that would be the last time you would see either of them.
Absolutely not.
He sits with a heavy heart.
And y'all, I do believe that you have to forgive an unaliver to the best that you can humanly do it so you can go on with your life. But I don't believe you should do it fast. You know what I'm saying? Like the sister, which I don't think she will, but I don't think she should jump to forgiveness right now, okay? But they never say how old the sister is. In a halfway house, or they shouldn't have let him out, okay? I know for sure. I just feel like he should not have been allowed to do probation at her house. No matter how much she wanted to be the mama, no matter how much she wanted to do it, and she wanted her baby home. No, because she was his victim.
I'm sorry, I tried to gather myself. It has been very difficult, confusing, troubling.
So that part doesn't make sense to me. He was in there for doing something to her, but y'all let him get parole to her house. And yes, that squirting you hear is me spraying Bath and Body Works, okay? For no reason at all.
25-year-old Deron Jenkins is accused of Dana and Darren in their Snowden Drive home, his mother and brother.
When I saw them seeing the ambulance sleeper bag, I knew everything wasn't okay then.
And to think to be living right across the street from your cousin, and then you got to look at this every day you come out your door. Honey, I suggest you move. Cousin, move, okay?
Next door neighbor and cousin, Ranella Cornigi, saw police knock down the door and take Jenkins into custody Monday afternoon.
He was just looking strange.
She tells us Deron hadn't been around his family for years, only out of prison less than a week ago. Friends remember
a week, y'all, a week.
Dana as a go-getter with a big heart and bigger smile, and Darren, a Bettingfield High School student with dreams of becoming a pastor.
And that's the real, at the core. This is the person that didn't have a choice or a vote in any of this. This is the one that is super innocent. The mom is innocent too, but she made the decision to still support her son and to let him come home. But this one right here, this 15-year-old had his whole life ahead of him, and then he didn't have a choice in it.
Pastor.
You knew Darren was in the room. He was the life of the party. He was goofy.
A neighborhood and community resting on their faith to keep them going.
I'm glad that we get to hear about them. They're focusing more on the victims than the son.
Amen.
And Dana also leaves a daughter behind. Bettyville High School says their community is hurting and they are going to be having.
Yeah, so they never say how old the daughter is in all of this.
All of us, our teams here, they're grieving heavily.
According to court documents, Jenkins was released from prison on March 25th on separate charges, just 1 week before the incident. Jenkins is facing 2 counts of first-degree murder as Wilson police investigate the circumstances surrounding the victim's death.
This was a tragedy, and honestly, there's no winner in this. And I'll be
It's no winner. This is so sad.
praying for everyone watching this, everyone affected by this and impacted by this.
You know, the more and more I sit back and just look at the whole situation in its entirety, she was saying she was looking at him and seeing how he was looking. I think that her spirit was pure, more pure than his, if anything. And you can tell when somebody not right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just won't have a good feeling. You'll feel strange. You'll feel weird around a certain entity. I'm gonna say entity that's just not, meant for your environment. That's just not meant to intertwine with your spirit. I just really do hate the fact that a lot of the times we have to deal with, we really just don't have to, but we have to, if you get where I'm coming from, deal with certain things and people who just aren't for us, And I really do hate the fact that a lot of the times we sit back and we can try to tell somebody something and they just can't see what you see. I'm pretty sure somebody probably told them.
And she wasn't gonna see it. Hi, Cancer. How you doing? Happy Saturday. What y'all got planned today? I really got some stuff I got to do. Like, on my list today is to try to go get my dad's car detailed. I need a tire for my car. That's just at the beginning of the morning, okay? That's just the top of the morning. And maybe do laundry and the this and that and the yada yada. And I just want to see my grandbabies. That's and I might go see my dad. So I got a busy day ahead.
Mom this and that about him over time, but ultimately she gonna love her son how she should, And you'll never in a million years think that your damn child would do something like this. Then for the brother to actually lose his life too, it can be so many reasons. It can be a jealousy within the household just because of their bond. Just having a simple love that you think that you're missing, be displayed, can make certain people act a certain way.
Well, obviously she loved him. She forgave him for attacking her. She should have been sleeping with one eye open and one eye closed, okay?
But in all actuality, you just probably haven't been around enough. You got to build a rapport. Y'all got to get a chance to relearn each other. There's certain things that goes into that. She probably been supporting him his whole bid in jail. Like, how could you do something like that? Especially with just being out 1 week. That boy been having that on his mind, on his heart. That boy just ain't right. And to come around these people and do all of this is crazy, bro. But let's get back into the video.
eBay, ABC 11 Eyewitness News.
Wilson man is in jail, accused of his mother and his 15-year-old brother. WRL's Carly Hayes is live in Wilson with where this investigation stands.
Yeah, I don't want to do too much of that.
Her brother. We're back here in this home behind me. Now the cousin of the mother is speaking to us, trying to figure out how this could have happened.
I always smile. I can see her smile right now. She always smiles.
That's how Amelia Cornigi describes her cousin, Dana Jenkins. Now she is left shocked and hurt.
Such a beautiful woman. A beautiful woman. So I'm skipping through some of it because I don't want to take the copyright risk with the news clippings because I just want to make sure you guys got it. Okay, this might be okay.
Prison 1 week ago after serving time for larceny of firearms and several breaking and enterings of vehicles convictions. Jenkins is now being held without bond.
Okay. So they didn't mention what the family member said a while ago about him actually doing something.
Yeah, so I saw it somewhere else where they were saying, yeah, it was he committed the crimes against her. And she slipped it in a little bit when the cousin was talking that he beat his mom.
Her, if that's what you heard too, let me know in the comment section. But ultimately, I'll say what I had to say. I hate that this happened. I hope that they do get the justice that they deserve to the full extent. There's no reason in hell for him to actually be free, to be even considered to be free. And I feel like that even with this being done, I believe in that eye for an eye, but I ain't gonna speak on that type of stuff right here in this video right here just because of the type of people that they were and the type of people that they were surrounded by.
He is so handsome. Boy, where your daddy at? Where your daddy at?
I just really do hate the fact that they weren't able to live their life all the way to their maximum extent like they were supposed to in the beginning. To have somebody to come in and interrupt your peace, to interrupt your, happiness and stuff like that. In this day and age, people don't got time for that, bro. To keep on coming around bothering people that ain't bothering you, to keep on coming around people, hurting them and stuff like that is just crazy to me. If anything, you should be trying to be the most, helpful, loving being that you can be to people who reciprocate the same energy back to you. Y'all can use the mental health thing all y'all want to, but I ain't trying to hear it. I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and listen to it.
This was what I was saying earlier, that, what Carlos is saying makes a lot of sense. He's like, you can pull the mental health card, but this was pure evil. It's not an excuse. It's not okay. And how crazy can he be? He was approved to get out, so he was on his best. Can you imagine? He was probably just sitting in that cell. I can't wait to do this to my mama. And then as soon as he had the chance, and I've heard of this happening before. Matter of fact, there was a story on TikTok that was really popular where the girl was telling a story of how her brother unalived her mother. And this story reminds me of that. She did like a lot of series about it.
Listen to the pastor, one of the pastors, or one of the people that's a part of the church, because it was another guy who was the pastor too. So I'm not for sure who this guy is exactly right here, but I found the video, added it to here, and it really don't matter. He's for the people, he's for them, and he's delivering a message that a lot of us do need about positivity, love, and stuff like that. I'll say what I had to say. RIP to them, sending love, healing energy, and condolences to everybody out there that had a genuine love for them. Other than that, I didn't say what I had to say. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section about the whole situation. Yeah, man, I'll holler at y'all later. Y'all be safe, and I hope y'all have a good rest of y'all day.
I want to take a moment to just pray with all of you. We know that so much is going on in our community. So much is going on for families in our community. And I just want to take a moment to just send forth prayers for this great Wilson community.
And I know no matter what your religious beliefs are, at some level, when you lose a relative that has been unalived, you have to make some type of peace. I'm not saying like forgive that person, but you have to find some type of peace so that you can go on with your life. Because like with the sister, yes, she's gonna go through so many different emotions, but somewhere along the process, you got to free yourself from the other person. I don't know if I'm explaining it right, but you have to free yourself from them so you can live your life, or you'll be tied to the jail cell with them, and you'll do the time with them. That person will be an unalived, your loved one, and you'll sit there and do the time with them. And so I think forgiveness to the level. Now, please understand me when I say to the level that you humanly can, so you can go on with your life. And I just know for me, God has played a major role in my life and getting me through certain things. And that's just where I am with it. I know everybody has their own beliefs, and I am more of a spiritual person than a religious person, but I believe God can heal. I wouldn't say that time heals all wounds. I think that you heal different paces, and some things are just gonna be that shit just gonna hurt. I'm sorry. Oops, I didn't mean to cuss. Lord, forgive me. Father God, forgive me in my mouth. Whew. Y'all pray for me.
As we've been praying already, we know that there is so much going on in the land, and there are many that are bereaved. And our church family, many of you have reached out to me. Many of you in the community have reached out to me. And we just want to take a moment to turn to the Lord as we are here.
Yeah, it's an emotional subject for me. And I told y'all, I'm trying to stop cussing, okay? Because you cannot cuss with the same mouth that you want to speak blessings. I'm trying.
Sending out special prayers to the Williams family, to the family of Dana, and to the family of Darren. We are just sending out special prayers to them, to community that has.
Now we only gonna listen to a little bit more of this because baby, he's long-winded like my grandpa Romeo. Okay. When my granddaddy used to do the prayer for Thanksgiving, baby, just get you a chair and sit down because he was long-winded. All right.
Has just been touched at large. We're sending out prayers for everybody. We are personally touched by this great loss in our community. And of course, I'm praying certainly about this situation and for all of the bereaved families. But this family is a part of our family. And I've had the opportunity.
I'm glad that the mother and the son, and you could tell she had a forgiving heart. She forgave her son. Because she could have been like, I don't want nothing to do with you, homeboy. She forgave him, and she was in church, and she had a forgiving heart. And I don't keep it a secret that I've had several people close to me unalived. And I was just telling my son today, I was like, I need my Betty Boop suitcase because it's time for me to kind of start packing because at the end of the month, I'm going, God willing, I'm going to a ceremony for my sister friend Kendra. And so I was like, oh, it's time for me to start thinking about packing. And, because I think it's around the 26th or so. It's somewhere around her birthday. And I wasn't able to go to her funeral. So I feel like this is going to be good for me and the crew that's going down to Georgia from North Carolina, because we honored her here in North Carolina. We did a balloon release for her here, but to be able to go see her family, sometimes it takes some time for people to heal and be able to talk about things. And what I learned is a lot of times when it's about an unaliving, it takes about 20 years before people can really talk about it.
Opportunity over the last 25 years to pastor them and to be connected to them. And so today we mourn with them. We are praying for the strength of all of us in the Wilson community, and we're just believing the Lord that he's going to be with us. We do not understand everything, but we know that we have been given a great privilege.
Yeah, he's saying Wilson. I know. I feel like I've been to Wilson. I don't know.
Religion, prayer. I've been talking about that over the last few weeks, the importance of prayer. And I said that when we pray, we're able to get the help of heaven to come in on our behalf.
Whether you are Baptist or whatever, I believe in God. I believe in the power of my ancestors. I believe in the power of the universe. I believe that a lot of things in life, for me, I try to come at spiritually, with my mind, with my body, and I feel like all of the three working together, and a good therapist on deck. Y'all know, what do we say over here? Okay, everybody should be assigned a therapist. Therapy is the reward you give yourself, okay? And so for me, all of those things have to work together for me. And if I drop the ball on one, oh my gosh, it's a problem, okay? If I drop the ball on one, the PTSD gets out of control, this gets out of control, that. So I'm constantly having to work to keep things flowing. And sometimes I ain't gonna lie, it's overwhelming. It's overwhelming. But hey, we keep going, y'all. We keep going.
Behalf. And so in moments like these, when we're moving through the valley of sorrow, when we're going through and we're having moments that are heavy in heart, we want to take time and turn to our God. We know that there's so many feelings, and God has created us to be human beings, and a part of that means that we feel. And so we know that there's much confusion, much understanding, that hearts are heavy. And when we are in moments like these, moments of pain, moments of misunderstanding, we then turn to the promises of Almighty God. And I want to just take a moment and send forth a prayer. I want you to share this with someone, because I believe today that
we're going to skip on down a little bit. Because a lot of people ain't going to understand it. A lot of people going to be like, I ain't forgiving nothing. Remember, I'm saying to the level of human possible. Because, baby, okay. Let's see what they're saying at the end. Oh, y'all, what's going on? Okay. I guess it said that's the end of that. Y'all let me know if y'all could hear me clearly. Also, some of the videos I loaded, I'm going to see now if I could get them to play. Oh, they turned them green, but y'all, I put this up for fun, so I'm hoping. I'm taking it down, but I'm hoping y'all get a little laugh. You know, after talking about something so serious, we got to do something a little more lighthearted, okay? This is Sky's superhero. And she gonna need him since he cutting up around here. I thought y'all would get a good laugh out of that. Since he cutting up around here. And honestly, if it wasn't like so much doxing going on, there's so much of my story I would want to share. But all this craziness and doxing and all of that stuff, baby. And it makes people where they can't like be honest. You can't be real on here. You just can't because people are crazy. What do y'all think of Quiz? Quiz is not at work. Okay, what do y'all think? I was playing, you know, y'all know how I like to play around with the images and stuff. Because I haven't like really felt like doing my soap opera video. I just really haven't been in the mood. And last week was just crazy. Energy was off last week. So, and let me give y'all a warning right now. I want to talk about something. Some people are going to see it as sad. Some people are going to see it as sad. But I hope you find it a little bit educational.
I'm at the George Eliot Hospital.
Okay. So y'all know I talk about my charity a lot. And if somebody can put trigger warning in the comments. So this is about baby loss. And I promise you I'm not going to go too deep with it because I know everybody can't handle it. So, and this is about healing. And I think kind of everything I've been talking about is about healing, about grieving, and all of that. Because the grieving process, when they say everybody grieves in their own way, when the old people say that, it's basically to say, baby, we don't understand it, what they're doing, but everybody grieves in their own way. So, you know, the old people, they would say stuff and they wouldn't use a lot of words, but it would mean a whole lot. So when they said that statement, I said, I get it now. I really understand. So, okay. I'm sorry for anybody that has lost a baby. I've experienced it. I share my baby loss story. I found healing sharing my story because when you share your story, you heal, you help other people, and you begin to heal. Well, one thing that happens with a baby born sleeping, a stillborn baby, or even a baby that passes away in the NICU, is that we don't get to spend enough time with them. Like with my daughter, I literally had 5 minutes to say hello and goodbye, just 5 minutes, right? So when I started doing research and trying to get help and stuff, years later, when I tell you decades later, it took for me to get the help that I need. One is because Black women don't receive the help that they need. We're expected to just pick up and keep going. We don't have retreats. It's not promoted for us to get some of the healing that we need. And we've even been taught, okay, just you don't talk about that baby, move on, have another baby, knowing that does not doesn't fix your heart. One baby can't replace another one. But a lot of us tried it and realized it doesn't work. So I'm just going to be brief with it. Just walk with me a little bit. I'll try to be brief with it. So there's this device that can help you spend time with your baby, with your angel baby, after the baby passes away, so you can have time. Like I said, I only had 5 minutes to say hello and goodbye, and it was not enough. So I would have liked this equipment would have gave me more time to spend with my daughter and say goodbye. And the hope in this is that one of my goals is to have enough money to purchase what's called a cuddle cot for my hospital in my area. You can do this. This is for anybody. You can get a cuddle cot and donate it in the honor of any baby to a hospital so that people can have a minute to say goodbye to their baby. So this is blowing up on TikTok because this woman used a cuddle cot. And you guys can be honest and you can share your opinion. Just because I'm all for this, I understand that other people are not. And I'm going to share an opposing opinion of mine. But this woman shared her story on TikTok of where she took her baby home and she was able to have days with the baby. So this cuddle cot keeps the baby cool. So you can, take time. I haven't seen people take the baby home for days and days and days. I haven't seen that. So I don't know about this lady doing that. But this will give you time in the hospital. You could take pictures with the baby. People have been known to take family pictures with the baby. I can't judge that because everybody is, it's their own. But I would have liked to have been able to take more pictures than I got 3 pictures with my baby. So I would have liked more time. And to just settle it in your mind, because this is you saying goodbye to your child for forever. You know what I'm saying? So 5 minutes just was not enough time for me. So I'm going to play so you can see what a cuddle cot is.
I'm at the George Eliot Hospital in Nuneaton today, where I gave birth to my beautiful daughter, Azalea.
And so the healing part, and I know this sounds sad, okay? I know it sounds horrible, but the healing part in this is that you can donate one. I think they were $2,000 when I was trying to, get where I could start doing, getting the money together for it. And I've slacked on my charity work, and I've decided, to get back into it, get back into what I need to do. And so this is one of the goals that I had, and I believe I could still reach my goal. So you can have one of these put in your local hospital, and on the gold plate right there would have your angel baby's name. That could be your grandchild. It could be any baby that you want to honor, or just because you want to, help your community, right?
I am here to donate a cold cuddle cot with the Luca Foundation, donated on behalf of Azalea. This is so parents have got the chance to spend more time with their children once they pass away. This is for all of our angel babies. We love you. Keep flying high.
This is the Moses basket. The difference is it has a hole there so that the pipe can be fed through, which goes to the motor and pumps the cold water through.
So I don't know, how you guys feel about it. I'm just sharing it with you because I know a lot of people will just see it. They don't understand the story behind it or what this is all about. But it's hope in it, y'all, because she's doing this to honor her baby, but think about how much healing this is going to bring to other people, to other families, you know?
And it has bedding and the foil lining as well, which keeps the baby cold so they won't deteriorate too quickly. And that's how the families then get up to a week with their baby. And then
so that allows a week?
Yeah, up
Just
to a
like,
week.
okay.
So she said a week. Me personally, I don't think I would do a week. I just wanted a few more hours. I don't think I could do a week. And y'all know that the hospital rooms, you know, the insurance, they want you to get in and get out. So that's a lot.
Yeah. And it's got spare parts as well. And then here's the motor that actually pumps the water through.
What do you mean by the water?
So the water is what keeps the baby cold. So it's cold water that goes through the pipe and into the mattress. And it goes into these mattresses with these tubes.
So that's a mattress?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that's for small babies, so premature. And they can have the mattress.
So with the cold water going through it, just so I can understand, is that the lining? Is that the lining that keeps them cold?
Yes.
Okay. So they're not in an incubator. No, it's just basically a cold.
So
that's what I was just trying to get my head
the
around.
foil will go over this because then the foil stays cold.
So when I was really into it, they were called a cuddle cot, but there's different types. But I think this is the cuddle cot. But so there's several companies now that do it.
And then over the foil will go the bedding, so it looks like an actual bed as opposed to.
Okay, understand. Yeah. Thank you.
I'm really like, y'all, I know that had to make her feel good because, you know, you go through the journey of raising the money for this cuddle cot and then being able to provide it to a hospital. And I've had the experience in my community. I mostly work with African American women because that's me. You know what I'm saying? And that's when I found that I wasn't getting the help that I needed. And that's why I suffered for decades after the loss. And y'all, with my charity, it doesn't matter when someone lost their baby, because I find that the longer the time that has passed, the more healing is necessary. But so I spent time with women in my community. They tell me stories about my hospital here, how they mistreat the women after the babies pass away. Or I've heard stories of the women literally having to hold their baby until the baby stops breathing. That because like if they're not at a certain amount of weeks, the hospital, they're not even going to fight for the baby to live. And this okay, I ain't going to go too deep, but yeah, so a lot of stuff going on with my local hospital that's not nice. But this is a goal that I'm going to reach, and I hope to have like this type of happiness and joy that this woman has when I'm able to donate a cuddle cot. So that's what's going on with TikTok. And y'all, I don't know, are we still going to have TikTok after today? So I don't know what's going on with TikTok, if we're going to still have TikTok. So I found this before they shut down TikTok. Let me remove this. So I found a video on TikTok, and I'm going to let y'all give your opinion, and then I'll give my opinion.
Fuck that cold cuddle cot. I don't care. I don't care. I don't think it's healthy. Like, y'all don't understand how hard it is to hold a whole baby that you were supposed to have. Okay? Like, you have to push this baby out. You have to... I had a C-section. They wanted me to have the baby naturally. I said no. Mind you, if I could have, I would have, but yo, I never even knew anything like this existed. As a Black woman going through something like this, it was extremely traumatic. And if this somehow helped that woman, okay, but I saw the video and she was like crying with the baby, holding it. And the little sister was there, I believe. But no, I don't think it's healthy. Like, if my mom died, y'all gonna let her be in the house with me for about a week until the funeral home come pick her up? Like, y'all, yes, it's hard losing a child, but if at first you don't succeed, dust yourself off and try again.
Okay, so I really want to know what you guys think about that. Because I don't want it to be my opinion. I want to know what everybody else thinks. But I could hear like pain in her voice. So the lady that shared her story on TikTok, she did have the take the baby home. I think it looked like she had a 2 or 3-year-old there, and they took pictures with the baby. She got to hold the baby, rock it. Just she got to spend days with her baby. And so I really do want to know what you guys think. So I dropped my link. I don't want it to be just like my opinion, but I do understand that it's a difficult subject. And some of y'all probably have never even heard of this. So let me see. Share some of the stuff. And some of y'all, I probably left you like speechless. You're like, girl, I was not ready. But I was just like, I wanted to. Hi, Finest Jewels. I think a few hours is appropriate. A week. Yeah, because I'm thinking a week would make it where, like, I'm just not giving the baby back. I'm not, no. Then you wouldn't want to get. I think they should put a time limit on it. I'm with you. Oh, thank you. Oh, you have a baby in heaven. Oh, it's the thing is, I will talk like my baby just passed away, but y'all, my daughter would be probably older than most of y'all. And I share my story about how, I went through life. I went on with life. I didn't have time to grieve. I wasn't able to go to my daughter's funeral. And so everything in life set me up where I did not get off to a good start of grieving. And so now I took what I learned and turned it into a charity. Okay. And so I know everybody that I help, it brings healing to me, and it allows my angel baby to live on. Her light lives on. Yeah, and it doesn't matter how much time passes by, y'all. That's my baby. And that goes with other people too, that like you're gonna always love your baby and miss your baby because you're missing the hopes and dreams that you had for that baby and all of that. And I know this is a hard subject. And I try to make it lighter. Y'all trying to make it a little bit lighter. And y'all know I always like to share this book regarding everything that we talked about tonight. PTSD that needs to be grieved. This book will help. And the doctor that really helped me studying his stuff is Dr. Alan Wolfett, and he's from the Centers of the Lost. And if you have PTSD that's associated with the loss, with the unaliving of someone, this book will help you heal. because sometimes it's not medicine that you need, it's grieving that you need to do. Because PTS means that, like, and I'm no doctor, I'm not a doctor. I just play one on YouTube. So, and this is my way of giving you a resource out. You know what I'm saying? I can't bring up a subject like this and not give you a resource. So that's what I call this, giving you a resource of something that helped. This book helped, but you can also put in the Centers for the Lost, and they'll have a lot of resources there for you. They even have resources for if you've lost your house in a house fire, because that's something that you need to grieve too. Keep their memory alive and help others by healing. Yes. And for me, like, y'all, it's been a long time. My daughter's been gone a long time. And one thing, I had another baby a year later, right? And y'all know, in the baby loss community, you have when you have a baby after your angel baby, it's called a rainbow baby. So I had a rainbow baby almost immediately, and that is a mistake that a lot of us make. We think, oh, we lost one baby, we're going to replace it with another. Well, no, that's not going to work. That's why I'm going to play this girl again, because she left me feeling like I'm doing the right thing, because I think what she said has a lot to do with her being a Black woman and how we're treated and how we're looked at about grieving the loss of anything. So I'm going to play her one more time.
Fuck that cold cuddle cop. I don't care. I don't care. I don't think it's healthy. Like, y'all don't understand how hard it is to hold a whole baby that you were supposed to have. Okay? Like, you have to push this baby out. I had a C-section. They wanted me to have the baby naturally. I said no. Mind you, if I could have, I would have, but I never even knew anything like this existed. As a Black woman going through something like this, it was extremely traumatic. And if this somehow helped that woman, okay, but I saw the video and she was like crying with the baby, holding it. And the little sister was there, I believe. But no, I don't think it's healthy. Like, if my mom died, y'all gonna let her be in the house with me for about a week until the funeral home come pick her up? Like, y'all, yes, it's hard losing a child, but if at first you don't succeed, dust yourself off and try again.
That's so weird to me when she's going, try again. Well, I know people who have tried 5 to 6 times. How many times do you want them to keep trying? And then the part about keeping the unalive person in the house if your mom passed away. Well, one of my family members back in the day, their mom passed away. And back then, y'all, they kept the people in the house. And this family member of mine literally went and got in the casket with his mom. And he was like 5 or 6 years old. So they did do that back in the day. So I don't know. But I think she's coming from a place of hurt. She's coming from a place of lack of life experiences. And everybody's entitled to their opinion. I'm not here to judge. That's just my opinion on it. Is whatever you got to do to heal from whatever you're grieving from, do it. Okay, so whatever it takes for you, what it might take for me might not take for you. It's different for everybody. Because I have loved ones that there was times when the grief was so bad, baby, I rolled around in the cemetery. Okay, because the hurt and the pain was so bad. I rolled around in the cemetery. And I tell people, if you got to go roll around in the cemetery, do what you got to do. Stand up, dust your dress off, and go on home. But whatever it takes to keep you here on earth with us, to keep you going, to keep you moving forward. As long as you're not hurting anybody, you're just grieving, let them do it. You know? So that's I didn't want to bring y'all all the way down, but I hope I handled it. I didn't go as deep as I wanted to go. Trust me, y'all. I didn't go as deep as I wanted to go. And let me see. So that was my main thing tonight with that. And I'm glad that you guys are listening and participating. I really am. I'm trying to get this off the screen. But this book is so very helpful. And I know we spend so much time talking about these mommies and what they doing and what they ain't they doing and who's zooming who. And I don't know if we should do the thing about the soldier, the Green Beret, because I don't know if that'll pass the copyright thing. And plus, it might just be too heavy for y'all. So I'll just tell you what's going on. So the guy, the Green Beret, he had been missing for a month. His sister was the only one fighting to figure out where he was. They were sending home well checks to the house, and his wife was like, no, I haven't seen him. When his girlfriend actually contacted the police and was like, hey, my boyfriend, yes, baby, he was cheating on his wife. My boyfriend, I need you to do a well check on my boyfriend, on my man. And it turns out that day that he went missing, he had went to see a lawyer to file for a divorce. Now, y'all got to think, a Green Beret is trained, skilled. And it's like, wow, for the woman to take him out, you know, I'm thinking to myself, I don't think she did it alone. And so for the last month or so, they were looking for him all around town. But y'all, I was blinking it out. I hate the sound. I had to blink it out because it was just doing too much. And even one day when they found a torso in a lake or something here in town, I was still trying to blink it out. Like, oh, wow. And it took them a while before they did the DNA to find out that it was him. And then they arrested her last week. So that's what's going on in my city. And it's like dominating the news here. I think it might not be so bad if I go. Let me see. I'll try to go back into it a little bit. So that way y'all can see like how big she is opposed to how big he was to take out a Green Beret. So, okay, these people I might not get. Okay, I might not get copy. Okay, wait. I don't see where it's switched over. Okay.
So that's what I do with my time.
Yeah, no, that's too scary for me. Because if, you know, because there's absolutely, I mean, you can prepare for a storm, but in general, there's nothing you can do to stop it, you know? And that's just so scary.
And so, like, when they're saying dismembered, like, yeah, I just don't think she did this by herself. I just don't think. I'm going to try to fast forward so we can get some information.
For a period of time, and it got serious. So he actually went back to Shanna and said, hey, I want to finalize our conversations about a separation, about a divorce, property, that type of thing. And so the woman who came out, I'll show you a photo.
Yeah, you know, that's what I was reading today. That's where I learned about the quote affair. Yeah.
This is her here. And if I grab my article, I'll tell you her name. Her name is Kelly Edwards, and she owns a yoga studio in Fayetteville, North Carolina. So yeah, they sort of fell in love after, I guess, he visited her yoga studio, and they sort of became closer.
Now, see, if I was into true crime, I would go find a yoga studio and all of that, but I'm not into it. I'm not really into true crime.
Now, she says that, we always have to take things with a grain of salt, but he's not here to defend himself or say anything. He's dead. So we have to sort of take what we can get. She's saying that Shanna Cloud had displayed some disturbing behavior prior to the day that Clint went missing. Now, she won't detail exactly what that is because she's saying it's an active police investigation.
And they've done, hey, just me, did you make it safely? So they've done the records and all of that. And so the girlfriend, her story goes along with the truth because they have the phone records. They took them to Virginia. And that's also how they were able to identify him because he was in the military. So that made things, a little bit easier. Because I live in a military town. Tell some of these mommies, come on over here and pick you up when these military husbands. Well, no, not somebody else's husband. Okay, like this lady. But yeah, I think some of them should look at maybe getting a military man or joining the military themselves.
So she's saying she'd like to keep that private, but she's saying the energy surrounding Clint and Shanna was very bad. So I don't know what that means, whether there was stalking allegations here. Apparently she didn't. So Shanna didn't know the woman. So she didn't know Kelly. She didn't know who she was, but she had been trying to find out who the other woman was. So there you go.
Just me. She likes crime, true crime, and all of that. She would be interested in this, especially because both of the cases that I showed y'all are like really close to me. And I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the Shania Davis story. It literally not too far from my house. That was a big crime. Like, it's been a lot of big crime stories out of Fayetteville.
A photo of them here from the yoga studio too.
Yep.
By the way, I'll say hi to everyone. Hey guys, good to see you.
Hi,
Good to see
let's see
everyone.
who this channel is.
Okay,
we're gonna subscribe. Okay.
Oh gosh, what was it? No, I'm
With
totally
your
lost it.
grandbabies.
You lost it, train of thought.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see my grandkids today because I miss my babies. Okay.
So I think it definitely adds another layer to the story.
But I don't know how I'm going to fit in everything I'm trying to do. I'm trying to go see my dad. I'm trying to go get his car cleaned out. Yeah. Get my tire fixed. I might have to buy tires. And then, y'all, I don't know if I'm going to try to rent a car to go to Georgia because I got to go to Macon. So I don't know if we're going to try to rent a car or how we're going to do it. I don't really want to drive my car. I don't want to put miles on my car like that.
Because before today, we sort of knew something was wrong in their marriage, but not 100% sure exactly what it was. Now, I'd heard people had contacted me saying that there was another woman, but I get that a lot in cases where people contact me. They say they have inside knowledge and they tell me all these things. And then 2 months later, you find out that none of it is true.
Right.
So I have to, you have to be very careful. But it seems in this particular case, they were right that there was a separate female involved. Yeah.
That's what it was. Last night we were just talked for a minute about when some husbands that found mistresses and killed their wives. Well, this is the opposite happening here in terms of who's deceased over.
And I was watching something. They're like, it wouldn't go as like a crime of passion because she had to think about it. But there was so little of him left. Y'all, she might get off. I'm a fast forward some.
Very suspicious.
Yeah. Yeah, the timing, of course.
Yeah, I mean, if you walked into that as a cop, you'd be like, what's going on here? You got a missing husband and you seem to be burning things in the backyard.
What?
Yeah,
She was burning
it's not like when
something?
you're doing your yard work and burning debris, So,
No.
yeah,
Apparently, she did this several times too. It wasn't like a once-off. Apparently, in the days preceding and the days after, she also made use of that burn pit.
Oh,
Interesting.
Now, I have a video we can watch very briefly that shows her talking. Do you want me to play that quickly?
Yeah.
and
So
so y'all, they're saying that she didn't really push the issue about finding him. That his sister, I guess I heard his allegedly his sister came here and she was pushing the issue. I also heard that he didn't have any kids, but he raised her daughter as his own. So y'all know it's a lot of details. You know, it's a small town. People gossip. That's all I'm gonna say.
this is from ABC News. Good Morning America.
Shortly after, his wife was arrested. He was excited about life, always working out, always doing yoga.
And it's crazy. He graduated from the same college some of my loved ones graduated from. Well, he was going to that college where my loved ones graduated from.
Walking, hiking trails. He loved his animals. Just a really awesome person.
Kelly Edwards was dating Bonnell during the last few months of his life.
I don't know how y'all feel about that. Is this the girlfriend? How y'all feel about that? How y'all feeling about this? She loud and proud, ain't she? I mean, does she have anything to be ashamed of? What do y'all think?
Life. She says he and his wife had been living separate lives for the last couple of years.
I know that they were coming to an end. And,
Y'all, I don't know, y'all. I'm in no way am I blaming the victim. No way am I doing that. But y'all, okay.
Last couple of weeks, 5 or 6 weeks, things were really shifting.
For a minute, I'm gonna be like TikTok. We listen and we do not judge. All right. Even though I don't agree with that statement, because I believe we listen and we do judge. But for this situation right now, I'm gonna listen and I'm not gonna judge that this is the woman he was cheating with.
There were some concerns for sure.
Okay.
And obviously, no one understood the severity of those concerns.
According to police, Bonnell texted Kelly the night before he disappeared to tell her he had met with a divorce.
And so they have the phone records and they say everything that she's saying, the text messages that they have are accurate to what she's saying. And it's a lot of stuff that they're not releasing because this case has just barely started. I want to say that the woman was arrested Wednesday, but don't quote me on it because I told y'all I blocked some of this mess out.
Divorce lawyer and had told his wife he planned to go through with it.
He was really exhausted that day. He had been kept up the night before. You could tell he'd been through a lot.
The next day, authorities say Shayna Cloud shot and killed Bonnell. Shayna would tell investigators the last time she saw her husband was at their house on January 27th.
But it is kind of surreal that like I'm living here, the people are literally looking for this man, and then when they find this body, Fayetteville is small, and so because like anytime they find bodies around here, that's why they call it Fayetteville. Family members get to calling, hey, check on your people. Hey, it could be that way if it's a motorcycle accident here. Everybody gets to calling everybody, hey, check on your people, check on your people. And so, yeah, I do remember when they found, him, everybody was, talking about it.
A forensic investigation led to search warrants in Virginia where Cloud owned property. Warrants were issued on Cloud's vehicle, rental property, and cell phone. Cloud maintained her innocence.
Ms. Cloud is innocent and looks forward to her day in court.
Bonnell's family.
So if she was smart, she would just not say nothing. Nothing. And y'all see that he's a Green Beret. So he's trained. He's top-notch special forces. So I don't believe she could act by herself.
Family saying in a statement, Clint was an incredible human who sacrificed so much for others and dedicated his life to the betterment of this world.
Right.
All we can do.
And y'all, I'm not taking for granted that this is a life that was taken. And the way he was taken is just disgusting. Like, and sometimes when people go missing, they never find a body, you know, to get any type of closure with.
Now it's pray for swift and just punishment for Shayna Cloud.
He was just a jovial, happy human. And he was really looking forward to his next part of his life, you know, closing a chapter, coming out of the Army after 20 years.
So the missing persons investigation quickly became.
I'm listening, but I'm not judging. All right.
A homicide investigation, and though Bonnell's partial remains were found in February, it took investigators weeks to identify. Cloud is due back in court later this month.
I'm going to leave it there so we don't get copyrighted.
And I'm going to leave it there too so we don't get copyrighted. If you break, I'm going to break.
Yeah, very interesting. A lot of people asking, why is she smiling? I don't know. You tell me why, if you would be on national TV, what you
Okay. So I'm not crazy. Okay. All right.
would want to do. I think while it's very easy to, be sad or whatever, or I think people probably want to put their best image forward if you're going to be on Good Morning America or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know, because I know some people have that nervous laugh or nervous smiles. I have no idea. I don't know her, so. But
No,
Rachel
I
asks,
don't know her either.
Yeah, I'm glad. No, Rachel asked, didn't she burn his laptop, as in the wife?
Yeah, I think it was a bunch of items. I don't think it was just that. I think it was quite a few things that she got rid of, which, is suspicious. Anytime you burn your partner's property and they're missing, I think that paints a picture.
Oh, yeah, like with Scott Peterson selling her Lacey's car when she's missing. Yeah, that's the same kind of thing. Definitely.
Yeah, so I wanted to tell you a quote here from this lady. She says here, I just want to find this thing about, she was talking about energy surrounding. So she says divorce wasn't a new idea. She adds, but I think there must have been some denial and delusion. She said that he wanted to finalize their long-term discussions around divorcing. And apparently Shayna, whatever, how you pronounce it, said she knew there was someone significant in his life. She did not know who until after Clint was gone. Apparently she was really trying hard to find out who the other woman was. And then she adds, you don't think that someone is going to harm you. And they say, while she could not provide details about what was going on, citing police investigation, Edwards says cryptically that there was a lot going on in the last 2 months before Clint's passing. So take that for what you want.
Yeah. And I'd say, her name pronunciation here would be Shayna. They're Shayna, Shauna. We have them both here as well. So just Shayna's good. You got it.
So in Australia, if you had this name, we would say Shanna. So not there's no, like, the way the English, I would say, in Australia would work is there's no I in this name. So we would pronounce it pretty phonetically.
Oh, Shania
Twain?
Yeah, Shanana.
Shanana? Is that a real word? I think you're mixing up that and banana.
Shanna works too, like Shanna Harp.
Yeah, I'm going to try to fast word through this.
And there's all women, and then you're like, oh my gosh. So you have to step back and put it in perspective.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. Like sometimes the media obscures things or blows things up where the true statistics don't bear it out properly.
Asking earlier if they had small children, because I was trying to imagine if she did it at home, if so, where she did it, because
And I heard that the daughter was away at college. I don't know if that's true.
Wondering if they had children that live with them, because I would imagine that's time consuming, messy, just like we were talking about. It's going to be messy. So maybe she did it in the bathtub, but that's exactly why I was asking about children, is I was wondering where she did it at.
All right, I have the video here, and you guys can watch it for just a few minutes. So what you're seeing on the screen here is a helicopter view.
Okay, so I haven't seen any of this. It's been all over my local news, but I haven't seen it. And I know this live is all over the place. So when I do like a title, I'm definitely putting up a trigger warning. And I guess the thing that brings it all together is that it's about grief. It's about PTSD. There's different kinds of loss, different kinds of grief, and some of the true crime part of this. and that all of these stories are in the news right now. The cuddle cot is really picking up over there on TikTok. This story is picking up too because they just had an arrest, and the one in Wilson with the boy that unalived his mom and his brother. So all of these are current, whether they, they're deep. This is horrible, a horrible lie. It's just a bad lie, but most of y'all hung on in there with me. And I mean, it is what's going on.
From overhead, and they're filming this side of the home, and you'll see the I don't know if they're forensic tech or just police workers or police officers. They're blacking out these windows with garbage bags. Yeah, I'll show you. I'll play the video. It's muted, so we can talk over the top. But you'll see they're blacking out all these windows. And this was supposed to be just a search warrant. Here you go. You see him getting up on a ladder, them putting out those plastic bags.
Yeah, I see that.
So we caught this early on, and we're like, that's,
I'm wondering a little bit where this is. I'm wondering where this neighborhood is.
Why would you be doing that just for a search warrant? So that told me that they probably believe that's where he died.
Yeah, so they were doing a forensic search if they're using
Forensic
luminol.
search, yeah. So probably they brought in lighting and things. So oftentimes when they black out these windows, one, for luminol, two, it may be that they're trying to stage the scene. So they'll bring in their own lighting and things like that. So when they take photographs, they look very bright. So they use these super bright lights that pick up everything, and maybe that's what they were doing.
Wow.
But yeah, pretty telling because you don't see this very often in a search warrant.
I know there was a case. There was a dentist, Kenneth Taylor, who killed his wife, Teresa, and the police had went in the house, and the house looked perfectly clean. It was spotless.
It's very secluded, so I don't know if this is on the outskirts of the city. Probably if I see the address, I'll know where this was.
That's right. So they went in there with luminol and stuff, and yeah, when they turned the lights off at night, it lit up like a Christmas tree, and you could see the whole path of blood down where he drug her body. You could see it on the walls everywhere. So I'm sure that's what they're looking for.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, they're not releasing a lot of information in the affidavits and stuff that I've heard about. They're not releasing. Let me be nosy and see if I know where this is, y'all.
Yeah, that's the end of it. So there you go. That was about a month ago. So very early on in the investigation. Let's see. How would she know how? I don't know. How does anyone know how to dismember a body? I got no idea. April B said the trial will be interesting.
Yeah.
I agree. We're going to find out a lot more.
And they're used to these type of trials in Vietnam, like the trial for Michael Jordan's dad, the boys that unalived Michael Jordan's dad. That was here. The Shania Davis trial was here. The McDonald trial, I think, was here too. But the justice system moves slow here. I'm trying to tell y'all, because it is a small town, but it has big cases and heavy loads of stuff going on.
Let's see. What did That's funny. Yeah, there you go. That's the update with Clinton's case. Hopefully we find out more when she goes back to court. So she'll be back in court in a couple of weeks, I think. And then, I don't know, I guess we may see a funeral for Clinton soon, hopefully. So his body will be released to his family, and then they can lay him to rest. Insightful, one of the other things about this case that was very telling is that most of the media work was done by his sister. And his sister lives in Texas. She doesn't live in Carolina. And most of the media appeals, speaking to people, advocating was coming from her and not the wife. And that triggered people really early on that, like, hey, something's wrong here.
Yeah.
Why would not the first person to speak to the media and police be your wife?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yep.
Yeah, that got picked up pretty quick. All right. I'm just trying to see what else we have. Oh, I have a photo of Shanna for people who don't know who she is. There's a
Okay,
photo
so
of
this
Clint,
is the wife.
Shayna, or whatever.
So this is the wife. Oh, well, the daughter doesn't look that, because I heard something about the daughter was in college. This must be an older picture because I did see a college picture of him and the daughter. So this must be an old picture. But I mean, look at her. You wouldn't think that she would be able to do anything. You know what I'm saying? At least not by herself. Now, he was cheating. Do y'all think she was cheating and maybe that's who helped her?
Shanna, and this is a very old photo. So this was
Yeah,
taken from from her Facebook page, but it is from 2017.
Okay.
Now the media is using it like it's like a photo from last year, but it's not. It's from like 8 years ago. So,
You know, and somebody in chat just brought up Melanie McGuire. Let me look. Who brought up Melanie?
Melanie McGuire. I don't know.
Carolina Hurtado. You're right, Carolina. This is basically the same thing. Melanie had killed her husband. It's called the suitcase murder, I think. She had killed her husband and dismembered his body, and then she put him in like 3 suitcases.
Mm.
And then they found him in the Chesapeake Bay. This is very.
I don't know how y'all do the true crime part. I can't do this true crime stuff. No. And I know a lot of people are going to be doing the Naziah Harris case. So if you guys want to start getting updated on it, you should start now because I think that trial is in October. So most of the people who do true crime, I would go to the channel, is it 7 Mile Radio? If you want to start getting yourself caught up, if you're really into true crime like that. And that's a case where the little girl, 14 years old, they haven't found her, but they charged her aunt's boyfriend with unaliving her. And she's 14 and pregnant.
He was studying to become a physician.
Missing. It's a long story. That's what I'm saying. Start now, y'all. If you think you're going to be interested in that Naziah Harris case, start now so you'll be up to date when October rolls around because that rabbit hole is deep. You hear me?
Yeah, he was studying to be a PA. Let's see. Melanie was a nurse having an affair with the doctor. Oh, yeah. Let me see.
Oh, I didn't know that lady was a doctor, the one that he was cheating with.
Yeah, Melanie was a nurse. I want to know what Shanna, what Shanna was. What did she do for a living? Oh, yeah, Marilyn Landis brings up Sarah Boone. Hey, at least she left him in one piece. Okay, that's good. That part. At least he wasn't.
Yeah, because this lady did not
cut up. God, that's such a horrible way to die. Did Clint Bonnell's wife do for a living? Let me see. It's all about the girlfriend. Okay, you guys got it in chat. She was a nurse. You said traveling nurse.
Oh, wow.
I wasn't sure if you were talking about her or Melanie.
Also, y'all think that she was a traveling nurse that helped her know how to take him out? Because he allegedly he texted with the girlfriend and told her that, he talked to his wife and that he had saw the lawyer and that he was going to lay down. So that was the last thing he said, that he was going to lay down.
And she recently worked at a prison in Virginia. Thank you guys so much for getting that up there. Wow. And yeah, if just his torso was found, so she definitely went all the way.
That's
a traveling nurse.
That's why I'm thinking, y'all, she could not have done this by herself. There's no way.
Right, see, Cheeto. I don't remember what the motive was in Melanie McGuire case, or if she was just went off her rocker, or
Well, we don't have to wonder what the motive was here. But if she had just got the divorce, they have been married long enough. She would have got the retire money. You know what I'm saying? They could have just parted ways. She would have been good financially because she had been married to him long enough. She would have got the retirement money. But I guess she said, if I can't have you, ain't nobody gonna have you. So the motive is clear in this.
what happened? Let me see. Yeah, a travel nurse. Thank you guys so much. I'm looking and looking. I found it, but I thought when you guys were saying travel nurse, you meant Melanie. So, are you back, Ping?
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry, I had a courier. Had to go
Nice.
grab something. It's just household stuff. Nothing
I'm gonna fast
interesting.
forward somewhere.
Man, now I can't remember his last name.
Okay, they're on to something else. So and that was a lot going on, y'all. I hate to leave with that being the last thing we leave with, y'all. Because I don't even want that to be the last thing. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm hearing something. Yeah, I don't even want that to be the last thing on my mind before I go to bed. Give me a couple of hours of sleep and then get back up. For me, it takes multiple miniature naps, okay? What is that sound? This is something happy to watch.
Saving money feels right.
I just don't want that to be the last thing in my mind. You know what I'm saying? Y'all subscribe to this channel right here. Adventure Bandits. Y'all subscribe to this channel. And this has absolutely nothing to do with all that other stuff. I just didn't want to.
Guys, this week we have been taking it easy, just chilling out here, basking in the sunshine.
That's a fifth wheeler. But y'all, this is a good channel right here. They travel with their RV. They do RV shows now. We'll just watch a little of this.
And yes, if you may ask, we are still in Florida. Why are we still in Florida?
Why?
Shouldn't we be out winter camping?
No.
Tell you the truth, I don't think nobody really pretty much winter camped this year in the snow because the temps have been so cold. We had every intention of going back to Ohio.
Okay, so this was 2
and doing
weeks
winter
ago.
camping, but who winter camps in 20-degree weather and below? So we decided to stay here. Plus, my lovely wife that's sitting over there. Say hi, everybody. Say hi to everybody.
She's usually very talkative. She's never this quiet, y'all.
Just had a major surgery.
Oh, I
and she
knew
has
it.
been off work and she can't do too much. So I want to take it easy on her. So that's why
I haven't been watching this lately, but I'm gonna come out of it. Y'all make sure y'all check out that channel. That's the Adventure Bandits. And I'm going over here. Yeah, so I just didn't want that to be the last thing on my mind, y'all. No way. So that's it, y'all. I'm sorry. This was a one of those, serious. But for any of those situations we discussed, please try this book. Whether you're grieving, a natural death. Like I said, he even talks about grieving for a house fire. Because people don't don't understand that you have to grieve for that, the gravity of that. Even grieving, like if you've been on a job for 20 some years and then you lose that job. So Centers for the Lost is going to help you with that. So I just wanted to be something positive. And y'all know, I still got to go out with a bang. We can't go out sad now, y'all. We can't do that. We can't do that. So make sure y'all carpe diem. All these serious life situations, they really teach you to laugh, enjoy people while you can, and carpe diem, seize the day. So I'm gonna play some videos and then I'm up out of here. So y'all have a happy Saturday.
There's 1,000 of you. I said close them doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors. We all gonna leave together. Y'all ain't going no place but to the restaurant.
I said close the doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. This is a small seed. I need 1,000 people. There's 1,000 people online tonight. I need 1,000 people to sow $20. Matter of fact, I don't see no baskets. I don't see no baskets.
Hey, I got 3 pair of boots. What one you think I should put on the ground this weekend? These they fit big. These fit big. I have to wear, if I'm wedding, I have to wear 2 pair of socks. Y'all said them line dance whistles. So you got to turn around 5 times. Yeah, like 5 times. Hold on now. Hold on. Oh, shit. Hold on. I ain't doing that. I'm not going to do that. That's too many turns. I'm dizzy. If it's any YNs there with ski mask on, I'm not going. And you know if it's ski mask, because they have it kind of fold up at first. And then you can see like the little cutouts at the top. If they got it, I'm not going. If they already got it all the way on, I'm not going. Any YNs there with the jeans too skinny, I'm not going. You do this right here and then you hip, like you twist the foot with that. Like these right here now, these the one that already look worn. Like these, they look dusty. You know, they like to wear the one that already look dirty a little bit at the toe. Hey, look, just when we thought we knew all the line dances, they came out with 4 new ones this morning. Up like this, and you want to turn around, you go right here. I don't want to do the horses. I just come to line dance with y'all, that's all. What time the line dance part start? So in this one, boy, you put that long ass boot back down, you ain't wearing that nowhere with me. Why they so damn big? Kick that foot and rock with it, just with it. You see what I'm saying? Jim, when you think you know them all, they add 4 more. You want to kick that foot up over there like that. They said no horse, no entry. We can't even go just to dance to that one. Yeah, look it up. They call Country Girl. I'm gonna come get a whistle. I'm gonna use that the line dance. You think it gonna work? Country Girl easy. It's like 3 dances in one. Yeah, they be using them at the line dance. I'm just kind of scared, because what if I blow my whistle at the wrong time and they kick me out? You know what I mean?
Right now, we have some big news right now. We have some terrible breaking news coming. We have some really big news tonight, and we have another terrible breaking news up. We have some scary news. We have some big news right now. Donald Trump has officially revoked. Right now, we have some big news right now. We have some terrible breaking news coming. We have some really big news tonight, and we have another terrible breaking news up. We have some scary news. We have some big news right now. Donald Trump has officially revoked.
She wanna get, so I told her, if I come, I can't stay too long. Wait, say. Soon as I get to the room, we got right down. When we start getting it on, help me find my draw. They motherfucker win. I have somewhere to be. Yes, I do, lady. Wait, say. Somewhere in the bedroom. Oh, Lordy. We say, that's the only place they could be. Somebody help me, please, mama. I don't know where the hell that is. How I got my part? Come on. I got somewhere to be. Somebody help me, please. We say, I said I looked on her. Oh, when I looked on the stairs, we say, I'ma look over there again. Oh, when you look over there. Bring that shit, bitch. If I come, I can't stay too long. Soon as I get to the room, we got right down to when we start getting it on.
Baby, sell up your house, trailer up, go on and put that moonshine in your cup. She wanna ride, baby. I'm almost through. I can go get in the Zephyr's off January.
I gotta stay focused. The path that I'm taking is illuminated with the wisdom of my ancestors, guarded by angelic beings, and they are making sure that I stay the course, stay in line. I choose this lifetime through this series of challenges to help me understand my highest calling, bringing forth healing for the collective. Look at me with new eyes, because actually, I have lost my mind. I have lost the fears, the insecurities, and the limitations projected onto me. This new understanding, enlightenment of who I am, where I was, and where I'm going is clear.
Subscribe to Passionate Lisa and hit the like button. If you like what I do on the mic, subscribe to Passionate Lisa. Subscribe to Passionate Lisa and hit the like button. If you like what I do on the mic, subscribe to Passionate Lisa and hit the like button. If you like what I do on the mic, subscribe to Passionate Lisa. Subscribe to Passionate Lisa and hit the like button. If you like what I do on, subscribe to Passionate Lisa. Subscribe to Passionate Lisa.
Run it back, pull up. I said pull up. Said pull up. Said pull up. Yeah. She get to the cash when she walk. She look like a bad when she walk. She get to the cash when she walk. She look like a bad when she walk. Girl, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Girl, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Yeah. We get to it, got it stocked up. Popped up, got her hand all rocked up. Like 1 carat, 2 carat, more carats. She look carrots like a bunny, got her hops up. Don't care for designer, got her own drip. Don't care for the phones, got her own whip. Don't care for the scene, take her own trip. Guarantee it's for a bag and she walking. She get to the cash when she walk. She look like a bag when she walk. She get to the cash when she walk. She look like a bag when she walk. Girl, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to Passionate Lisa on YouTube.